Hey, how you doing? It's Ryan here from Interactive Garage. Look, to say these are trying times right now, it's an understatement. Not anything that we're gonna make light of. I'm sure with everybody out there watching the news and the stay-at-home directives from state to state, city to city that are going on. Again, don't need to go into the details of this whole coronavirus outbreak. And so what I wanted to do is just come to you guys. And when I say guys, I apologize. I say that to everything. To come to everybody and kind of just say, look, if there's something that we can do to help out, I do a lot of research online, so maybe there's something that I can kind of teach you on. Because again, we know that if you are still going to your place of business, if you have a brick and mortar location, that's fantastic. If you have customers that are still dropping vehicles off, trying to keep their social distancing, and that's still happening, then that's awesome. But what we want to do is really just kind of focus on the side of the online piece, right? So as many of you are probably at this stage as well, you're doing a lot of shopping online, whether it's groceries, or what have you that you're doing. What I always try to do is think of everything as a consumer myself, right? So how would I be if I was, and I am, my wife and I are lucky enough to have a home office business, and everyone that works for Interactive Garage works from the comfort of their own home. Has a nice computer set up because the programming and image work that we do allows that. So in these times, we are doing our best to keep plugging away on putting the best Interactive Garage in front of you. And what I really wanted to do was maybe try to help out, maybe offset some income in areas that you're not getting if the majority of your business is a brick and mortar location where people are coming in. The stats that are online right now of people researching and out there are just incredible. I mean, from Google to Yahoo to, I'll just say it, Amazon, eBay. I mean, everybody is just reporting just huge amounts of traffic across the whole internet, right? So if you're doing a stay at home and, just to keep the sanity, you're going into your bedroom or wherever to get away from the family or what have you, and you're doing some looking around, right? Maybe people aren't buying as much, but let's look at something on the side of shopping, right? Sometimes when I say, well, people are online shopping right now, to some people I've talked to, they're like, they're not shopping. I'm not getting any sales. It's like, well, let's take a look at what this really means, right? So shopping, if I was to bring this up to you here, shopping by definition, I'll just read it, is an activity in which a customer browses the available goods or services presented by one or more retailers with the potential intent to purchase that. So again, what we need to look at is the side of shopping doesn't always mean buying, it means researching. And right now, more than ever, the amount of people that are online looking around as consumers, they're out there shopping. So how can we at Interactive Garage help you in this case, right? So as an Interactive Garage licensee, you get 2 URLs from us. Actually, you actually have 3 for those that are signed up with the Keystone program. But the 2 main URLs that we talk about are the one URL that you use as a full screen application. So if that's a kiosk, a TV, a tablet, however at your brick and mortar retail store that you are showing or allowing the customers to go do some browsing around, that's one URL. The other one is on your website. It's the iFrame application to put Interactive Garage on your website. And that's kind of where I want to focus right now, is because I want to make sure that that you're getting the most out of your Interactive Garage in that medium, especially right now with a lot of people at home and banging around on the internet, right? So let's start there. I'm going to transition back over to this page here. So a couple of my point notes that I have to go over are, where is Interactive Garage on your website? So I'm going to bring up a few customers. So this is Down East Off-Road. Do you have a banner on your homepage to drive people to the Interactive Garage? This is in rotation. It just happened to be where I landed here, believe it or not. So this is a huge piece right here. I mean, we all know, just like anything, just like real estate, it's all about location, right? So same thing on your website. Anything within this first page, even before the scroll, is huge. So whether that's, look what's on sale, in this case, we're lucky enough with Down East Off-Road, is to have a nice banner on their page. But let's say a banner isn't available, or if that's something that you need us to help you create, I'm happy to do that. I actually created this one for Down East, so let me know on that. But also right here, this is your top nav, right? And then you've got your bottom nav. So, having whatever you are interested in selling, or having your customers come and look at on your website, is huge to have in this area right here, before the scroll. So having Interactive Garage available right here is fantastic, right? So, and the reason, the reason I think it's fantastic is, obviously we're part of Interactive Garage, right? Let's not beat around the bush there. But so Interactive Garage, whether it's a sellable piece on your website, or if you have an e-commerceable shopping cart or not, customers like to go and research or shop, meaning look at the potential of what they're going to put on their vehicles. Well, we've made Interactive Garage, the reason we built it is so we can show your customers as many products available on their vehicle as possible in the shortest amount of time. After you get through the year, make, and model piece on your Interactive Garage, from there, it's, the upsell capabilities, or the abilities to show your customers what's available for their vehicle, is really the meat and potatoes around Interactive Garage. And our stats show it. Our average time spent on Interactive Garage just last month, not in this coronavirus time, but just this last month was over 9.5 minutes. So the customers are staying on the page of Interactive Garage and clicking around for over 9.5 minutes. What also helps is our bounce rate, right? So what a bounce rate is the rate of time from clicking onto a page and then exiting it. The higher, or the lower the bounce rate, the stickier that is. And the stickier just means that the customers are staying on that page and not clicking off of it. So if you have a high bounce rate, so anything at like 60 to 70% and above, your bounce rate, meaning that page is not very sticky. The customers are clicking on it, go next, what else is up there, right? So I call it the seek. A friend of mine does, seek, next page, or, next song. So we have a very low bounce rate. We're actually under 17% on average. And that's across all of our licensees, over 5 million hits across all of our pages on Interactive Garage. Okay, so huge. And by the way, if you don't have, if you have Interactive Garage on your website and you're looking for some analytics, we track every click on Interactive Garage, from what color, so the vehicle obviously, the colors, the products, every click on Interactive Garage is tracked. So if you have a Google account, send me that Google account number, and we can get you signed up with the analytics that go behind your page. But anyway, so I'm going to transition back over here. So when we talk about, the reason you want to put in the Interactive Garage somewhere very searchable or easy to find is because it is a great way for your customers to search and research, or search and shop for products that are available for their vehicle. Okay, and a real quick note here too. So you see how this is a full frame. So no matter how small or how big I do this, this is the full frame. So if you have Interactive Garage on your website and it is in a small box, that's because your site either doesn't accept a full frame application, or the iframe code that was sent does have a frame width minimum. Just have your IT people remove that frame width restriction. So, okay, so that's one. I'm just going to show a couple others. So like this, Autoplex, they have Interactive Garage on their page. It is, again, in their top nav. It's great to have it right here. They're really pushing right now, some sales going on. So we used to have a banner up here, but it doesn't matter. I mean, again, as long as a customer can get to it and understands what they're going for, Virtual Truck Builder is a great definition. People are always looking for those key phrases, that is just like the Virtual Truck Builder for their Interactive Garage. So Autoplex did a great job on this piece too. They're in Colorado, so again, don't forget you can go in your admin and set your background picture to best reflect where you're at. Red Desert, just a couple more examples. Interactive Garage. We're also very searchable. The more and more hits that we get, Google Analytics is following what people are typing in, and Interactive Garage is getting more and more popular on the organic search. So having it shown as Interactive Garage, as well as having it in your URL tag, is a great way to do it too, because your site will get searched. If someone's searching for Interactive Garage or interactive vehicle builder, the way that we've tagged everything, having this key phrase in there, Interactive Garage, that will help you out. Dealerships. I know there's a lot of dealers that we have as licensees, and I know you have some restrictions on your corporate website. So this is a site by Dealer Inspire, one of the large website builders out there. So what Daytona did is, in their custom inventory, they have Daytona's Garage, which is their brick and mortar location right on the front of their property that does all their customizing, but they also did a separate link for the Interactive Garage. So again, another great way to, if you're a dealership, even with the restrictions that some of the OEs have, there's ways around to getting the product in there. This is just another one. This is one of those examples of the frame width. So we've actually talked to Dealer Inspire, and they do not allow iframes to be at full frame. So this is kind of what I was talking about as far as what it looks like when it's width restricted compared to non-width restricted. So just, nothing against Daytona Garage. They do a great job. They use the heck out of our program. But, if you can remove that width restriction, it's a good idea, right? So, all right, so I'm going to keep going down the list. The other thing that we have available is the email build, right? So let me go through here and just let me dial up a vehicle real quick, and then show you that if you don't have the email build option available, so right here it says email build, and you have to put you have to put something in there just to get that build to come up. So what this email build does, it's a great way to really communicate with your customer that is shopping from home or at the office, when this virus thing goes away. They put in their first name, their last name, their email. Look, even if the first name and last name are bogus, for them to get the build, they actually have to put in the actual email address. So, you at least have their email address. And then when they send themselves the build, they get the picture of the vehicle, they get the products that are associated with it. And actually, let me bring up a sample one right now. Here is just one that came through Interactive Garage this morning. So, as a customer, here's the customer's email. Here's just some text that we put here. You can customize this text if you already don't have this option available on your Interactive Garage. And then the customer gets the build. So here's one thing I want you guys to think of when you're like, why do I want to put this email build on? Well, when your customers are online and they want to save this build and email it to themselves so they can see it later and show their significant other what their vehicle could look like, so on and so forth, getting the email address from them is is something that you can use down the road. I mean, when they give you their email address and send this to you, they're automatically saying, hey, it's okay to contact me, right? So now you know what their email is, you know what vehicle that they're interested in. You know, this person here was interested in an F-250 Super Duty. Whether they have one or they're interested in getting one, doesn't matter. You put that in the category of Super Duty. And then on top of that, what they've done is they've put what products that they're interested in. You know, this one's an elaborate one. Probably we get a lot of students around that love playing around with Interactive Garage, so this was probably one of those. But now, let's say you want to run an e-blast campaign to this customer and send something that says, hey, we're doing a 25% off all Weston Nerf step bars, HDX product line in general, whatever you want to do. You can run email blast campaigns back to people based upon their interests that they have shown you on their Interactive Garage build that they sent. You know, that's huge. You know, you get 20 of these a week, 20 of these a month. You look at what products that they put onto it and send something back to them that just kind of says, hey, I saw that you were interested in XYZ product. Is there something I can help you out with? We're actually doing a sale on whatever that product is, AMP Research Steps, and try to get a little interest from them or a sale. You know, that's one of the two reasons that we put this whole email thing together. One was so you could see what your customer was interested in, and two, you can run campaigns to them as to sales going on. And right now, think about that. If you had 100 vehicles in the last 6 months of customers that were just either playing around or doing some research or seeing what their vehicle would look like with these products, right now in these kind of, we'll say, dead times, because I know a lot of you that I've talked to are at home and you know, trying to optimize everything that you're doing as far as your business. Here's a way that the optimization is great. You can now run a campaign or even an individual email to this customer saying, is there anything on here I can help you with? In these times that we're having right now, we're actually trying to blow out some inventory because trying to get our people paid or what have you. So, you know, just again, if you don't have the email build on your website and you have Interactive Garage on your website, hit me up, Ryan@interactivegarage.com. I'll happy to send you the form to fill out, and we'll get you going on that. All right, so next after that, what I have down here in my notes to talk about is if you have, so an online cart. So good thing I'm on down east here. They just built this website. It's actually a web shop manager website, and they have a cart that goes with it. So if you have a cart, we can actually help link up Interactive Garage products with your cart. So what we're doing here is that bumper that we put on this vehicle, so we linked up with their database and we're allowed to pass the variables. So the variable that we're talking about is the main part number from the manufacturer, and we can pass that to your cart. So if you have a cart on your website, talk to me. It's no additional fee. We will work with you on getting Interactive Garage hooked up with your website. Let me back up. We give you the first 3 hours of any programming time. And in 3 hours, we have actually never to this day charged anybody that we've helped hook the website or the cart up to their website. I just say if there are some carts that I know that are out there that are a little bit more difficult to work with, we've tried to alleviate any of that work now or before. So we have actually functioned with almost every cart out there. So again, if you have a cart, awesome. We'd love to work with you and get it on there. I mean, we're trying to make it so you get the most out of your investment with Interactive Garage, and letting people shop online whether they just buy that one product, that one bug shield, that one, you know, $1,100 bumper that Down East Off Road has in here, or what have you. If you have a cart, let's make sure that we utilize that with you on your piece or on your website. Get pricing updated. So I wanted to just go through this real quick just for you. I mean, now more than ever with people shopping, we want to make sure that your pricing is where it should be at, right? if you're using the suggested list and MSRP that came over on Interactive Garage for our main data set, I'm telling you right now that that suggested list and MSRP is not competitive online. Most of the manufacturers that give a suggested list or MSRP are shooting for much higher than what is a competitive retail pricing. So you just need to be aware of that. And the reason that anyone that has already sent us their Keystone account number that's been bumped to their automatic premium program, or if you came in through Keystone, you have the ability to go into your account center. So I'm going to click this account center button and then adjust retail pricing. And then from here, you have the ability to go into every manufacturer that we have on Interactive Garage and do a retail margin percentage above your cost. So, if you want to make 33% above your cost on ADD, just make sure you go through part by part and see, is that going to be competitive with what's online? So 33% above your cost is probably not an online competitive markup. I hate to say it. But, right now online, you're probably more to 25 to, 28% is going to be more of a competitive piece. But this at least allows you to go into your pricing with Keystone and do a percentage markup. And then from there, you can also, like I showed down here, you can go into individual series within that Addictive Desert Design or whoever and adjust it even more. And then if you want to get even deeper in the adjustment stage, you go to your admin on Interactive Garage. So I'll just go into the demo. And then what you can do is individual products, you can go into here and really adjust your pricing even further. So you can do batch pricing, and sorry why this loads. You can either do start with your retail batch pricing, and then, if there's certain items that you need to refine a little bit deeper, you come into your Interactive Garage individual products page. And look, let me address this real quick too. So we've got over 70,000 SKUs now in Interactive Garage, or I shouldn't say SKUs, line items in Interactive Garage. So this individual products page does take a little bit of time, right? So if I click manufacturers, this thing loads pretty quick. Labor, everything else here loads very quick. It's just the individual products does take a lot of time to load because of all the products that we have. But okay, so now that this is loaded, I can click edit, and I can adjust my pricing. So again, what we want to really do is just really point out the fact that you have to get your pricing dialed in if you're going to be successful online. Successful in either getting a customer and making them want to call you if you don't have a cart, or just, submitting that email build to then be interested in a product. Because if you're 15% to 30% above, let's just say internet pricing, you're seek. Your customer's looking at the next website because it's a lot of competition out there. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that. There is a ton of competition out there, and there's nothing we can do on that. I mean, manufacturers have tried to do a map pricing. Some of them are successful with it, some of them aren't. But either way you want to look at it, is online is nasty. It's gnarly. People on Facebook are saying it's just the race to the bottom. Look, right now in times, I hate to say it like this, but if you're making 30% of a customer walking through your door, but right now they're not walking through your door because of social distancing and everything going on, is 10% better than nothing? Is 15% better than nothing? And if that's what it takes to get some money flowing through and some customers walking in your door, look, do what you have to do. I don't promote either way. I'm just trying to be honest with everyone and say that this is the current state of the economy, and I think you need to be online, and I think you need to make sure that your website is optimized to the best it can be. And then last piece, talking about that is really when I say optimize, you have to be social. I brought this one up in particular, Autoplex, again, because one thing about being social and communicating with your customers is getting out there as much as you can. And what they did, and this was a great post that they did that kind of said, hey, go onto our site, build a vehicle up, and then submit what your build is. And another customer, Integrity Customs in Tulsa, they did one that was whoever gets the most shares and likes and so forth wins a $500 gift certificate. So be creative on your social side. The other thing that driving people to your interactive garage does is Facebook actually knows when people, just like they know I clicked on this to go to your page, and then they also know when you close this down and come back to your site or Facebook in general. And they actually reward people or companies that have a sticky site. What a sticky site means to Facebook and the general online area is that people are enjoying going to your site, and it's something that the user interaction, the UX side of everything is good. So the more that people are going on to your, go onto a banner like this, click onto your page, go to your interactive garage, spend their 9.5+ minutes clicking around, and then say, yeah, that was cool. They know that they're going to come back to Facebook and keep searching around. So they will actually, if this was a boosted post right here, so you could, if this was Autoplex and you wanted to boost this so more people saw it, they'd actually give you a little bit more organic boost or free boost, just because they know that this was a sticky piece. Whereas if you're going somewhere else and all of a sudden it was a click on, yeah, I'm not going to click into here, I'm not going to click your link, I'm just going to go back out, that's unsticky. And they know what your consumers are doing, and it's all about your social correctly. And obviously driving them to your interactive garage is just going to get a little bit more, user experience for your customers. Last but not least, just like the cart that I showed you with Down East Off-Road, one of the exciting things I'm not going to get into on this one just because I've already gone on long enough. We're at almost 28 minutes, but we are introducing a cart. It is a shopping cart based solely for interactive garage. It is built on a Magento platform. It's one of the best online cart platforms, bar none. I will back that up 100%. We have hooked that cart with PayPal. PayPal is, again, bar none, the best online processing company in the world. They are the most secure. So it was super easy to just go with them because it's one of those things that I'm very confident. I don't like the security side of getting hacked. If PayPal gets hacked and they get that's their deal. I don't want you guys to have to deal with it. I don't want to have to deal with it. That's a PayPal thing. PayPal takes Visa, American Express, MasterCard, Discover, as well as if your customer already has a PayPal account, they can do it all through PayPal. And then best yet, we have hooked this to Keystone. So what we wanted to do is make sure that everything that is on your website that is in your interactive garage that a customer can go to the cart with is available right now. Not special order, not, hey, it's going to come, but we're not sure because it's been back ordered. It's available right now. And now more than ever, that's important because, again, the user experience side of that, your customer knows when they go to Amazon and it says available, it's going to ship in 2 days prime, or this isn't going to ship till the end of April. You know where you're at. Well, with the Keystone program, excuse me, and the reason that we linked with Keystone is because we have a real-time shipping or real-time inventory update with them every morning. Every morning at 4 a.m., we hit their database and we know what is available. So long story short, I will go into all this in another video. But if this is something that you're interested in, we are doing this on a very limited offering right now. One is you have to have a website. Okay, so obviously this has to hook to a website. Two, you have to have an account with Keystone. So if you're one of those of our, what I call legacy customers that have been with us for a while and you still haven't given me your Keystone account number, this is just another reason to do that, because this is going to hook directly to them, one-click shopping or one-click checkout, and it's going to go to Keystone. You're going to get upgraded to their dropship account. That is a very limited customer base that they do this for. So that's why we're also doing this we're going to take about 10 customers at a time. It's going to take us anywhere from 15 to 30 days per customer to get this going. So it's not going to be a, hey, anyone wants it, go ahead and hit me up. It's going to be a very limited setup right now, but it's going to be a cart. It's only based on the products in Interactive Garage. You cannot add your t-shirts. You cannot add, your floor mats from another company that is not Interactive Garage. It is only this only works with the products through Interactive Garage. That is what made it easy for us to just give you a module right off the bat that works and functions as it should. Some of the customers that we've set up in the past in their cart, they spend a ton of time in their back end adding the pieces from what Interactive Garage has into their cart, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is we have taken that headache out 100% and making it so this cart functions 100% on Interactive Garage. And so super pumped about that. We are testing our first account today. Literally is March 31st. And this is day one that we are testing our first account. So we're pretty pumped. We were going to announce that at the big show, but obviously the big show didn't happen, as a lot of sporting and events going on across the world are not happening. So we are announcing this today. If this is something that you're interested in, please again hit me up. But let's start with the fact that if you do not have a Keystone account, let's start there first. And then let's get everything else lined up too. Again, the reason for this super long video was to say, get your website optimized, get your website dialed in, get your Interactive Garage dialed in, get your pricing all set up, because look, this is the way of the future. This is the way of today, and this is the way of the future, right? Business as we know it is going to be different going forward, okay? So let's say in 30, 45 days, or some saying in August, when all these stay-at-home bans are lifted and everyone's kind of going back to a semi-normal society, business as we know it is changing. People are going to be shopping online more and more. The interaction, bars, movie theaters, bowling alleys. I feel so sorry for those businesses, because think about it. Are you going to want to sit shoulder to shoulder in a movie theater now with 200 people? No. You are going to be in Barca loungers 3 feet away, grouped in sections of 2 or what have you, farther enough away from everybody so this type of virus or whatever, again, I'm not going to get in the political side of this, but this doesn't happen, or you minimize that of happening. Well, online shopping is going to be the same way. I mean, you thought Amazon was big now. Think of online shopping and what Amazon is going to continue to do. Well, we're going to try to help fight that. Amazon does not use Interactive Garage. You are our licensees for Interactive Garage. That is who we are trying to make successful in your endeavor with us, because we're partners in this. And the whole reason for this video is, how can we as your partners help you get your online shopping better? And part of that better is, and this is, even though I said this shopping cart is a limited offering, it's only limited as we continue to roll this out. We want everybody to be able to be online and having their customers shop on their Interactive Garage. That is the goal, because you need to be online. And if you're not, I hate to say it, if you ever watch the Shark Tank, you're dead. Mr. Wonderful, you're dead to me. You're not dead to me. It's just you really need to be online, and you're going to see why, as these days continue to tick by, why that is going to be the most important thing you do. Wow, a lot said. Thank you for all those that stayed on this long, or if you skipped to the end, fantastic. If you skipped through the middle, whatever, just appreciate you being on this long. We're almost at 36 minutes. But please, everyone, stay safe. I really do preach the side of what the government and everybody is saying is social distancing does work. Social distancing is going to work, and without everyone's support and following that, then I just think this is going to continue to drag on. So for your sakes, please, be safe yourself and hopefully pass that message on to others. But if there's anything that we can do here at Interactive Garage, please let us know. I am available 24/7, and I am happy to help out however I can. Thanks.